Now, technically, I was promised a specialist since I was diagnosed, but it's been 3 years and nothing has happened. And actually my speech and language lady, she noticed this and she did a little digging, and it turned out I was never put on the waiting list, even though I had been promised that I was. She sent a letter to my doctor as well as the hospital that diagnosed me, essentially saying, I've noticed that Emily has not been put on the waiting list. I can confirm that she definitely still requires a specialist in order to fulfill her needs. Can you please get the cogs turning, formal language sort of way. And then before Christmas, my doctor got in contact with me and he admitted that he didn't know why I'd never been referred. And so he said that he was going to approach the panel and apply for funding to get me referred. And he said that I should hear back from him in January, whether or not he was successful. And yesterday, before this day that I'm filming this video, I got a text from him and he said he was successful and that he's now going to work on getting me on the waiting list. Now, since then, I've obviously been discharged from OT, and my OT says that it is perfectly reasonable for me to request to be fast-tracked on the waiting list, since I was promised from diagnosis and have waited literally years. In my reply to the text from my GP, I've obviously said thanks so much and that is great news, and I've put in brackets that if we would appreciate if he could work on getting me fast-tracked on the waiting list, and that the OT recommended for me to be fast-tracked as I have already been waiting 3 years since point of diagnosis. So I sent that to him yesterday. I don't know when to expect a response back now. I will ask my mum about that. My mum will probably come up with some kind of time frame of how long we should wait until we ask for confirmation when I am put on the waiting list. If I do not hear anything in months or weeks, I don't know what sort of time frame my mum's got in mind, because we're definitely not going to let this go under the radar. We're not going to let this go under the radar again. We're going to press on to make sure that it is actually done this time, because I desperately need a specialist, because I have got the equipment I need now to keep me safe, but I don't have the equipment that I require in order to actually help speed up post-seizure recovery, as well as equipment that my parents could really do with to help them with moving and handling. And I can't afford all of it on my own. I will try to afford what I can in the waiting. It will require lots of saving up and all sorts. But yeah, next step now is to hopefully I will get a specialist sooner rather than later, and that they can help me. Really positive news. Take care.